Hello everybody, all you good people of the world. My name is Crys'Dawna. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, I say the same thing every time. Maybe I should just change it up. It's like out of habit or something. Anyways, if you're new here, you could subscribe if you want. If you're not new here, welcome back friends and family. I appreciate you guys so much, so thank you guys for tuning in. I know that I'm not really like scheduled and I do it on my own time, but I'm a free spirit. That's how it goes. So we're working on another tall dresser today. My last video was a tall dresser. This one is a tall dresser. Let me show you. All right, so this is a tall dresser. You can see the one that I just did. And we are gonna be using some Country Chic paint today. We're gonna do some blues. So my client is from North Carolina, and she wants kind of a Carolina blue to be in there. And we are going to change this hardware because you guys know I do not like this hardware. It is my least favorite. I call it Batman hardware. We're gonna change it. We are going to plug these holes with a 2-part wood filler. Make sure that you cannot see the holes because the new hardware that we're gonna put on here is not gonna match up with those holes, and we don't wanna be able to see those pre-existing holes. So I'm gonna show you guys how to really get a good fill on those pre-existing hardware holes so that you don't see them, because that drives me crazy. I don't know if it drives you guys crazy, but it drives me crazy. I like to have attention to detail when I do stuff, and those are one of those things that I really try to get to where you can't see a pre-existing hole. So we are going to start on this piece. We are going to be doing a blend on here. Yes, I know we're gonna do a blend. But I want to talk to you guys about my client. She actually spray painted these before. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to plug these hardware holes so we can change them. I'm going to show you how we're going to prep this piece because it has previously been spray painted, and we're going to do some blending and have some fun. Also, Country Chic has a top coat. It is called Tough Coat, okay? So this is their top coat called Tough Coat, and it's only available in the summer months because it is susceptible to freezing. And so we're gonna be using this today, and I'm gonna show you guys how to use it. It is their toughest top coat, but again, it's only available in the warmer months. So let's get started. If you guys wanna see this, stay here, please. Please. The first thing that I did was remove all of the hardware. Like I said, this is not my favorite hardware, but there is something that I like to save from this. And you can take the back of that little plate off and use it as handles, but what I really like is saving the screws on here because it's really hard sometimes to find shorter screws, and so I save everything. These will come in handy later. We do need to plug all the hardware holes, so I'm using a 2-part wood filler. There are different wood fillers like a Bondo, Minwax has one. I like to use this because it dries super hard. When I use wood filler to fill hardware holes, it tends to shrink. This will not shrink, so that's why I like to use it. Now, once you mix the hardener in with the actual formula that's in the can, it is going to start hardening, and in about 10 minutes, it's gonna be too hard for you to work with. So I plug it all in, and then I smooth over, and then I wait about an hour, and I go through with a 120 grit, and I sand everything, and you see me feeling it. I wanna feel with my hands and make sure that it's smooth. Then I have a little hack for you. That is an air mattress air compressor. So if you guys have an air mattress air pump, you can use that to blow off the excess dust before you go into the next step. The next step is to clean everything really good and thorough. But I want to show you something. So remember, she did the spray paint on here. That's fine. All we're going to do is clean everything. We're going to do a light scuff sand, and it will be ready for the next set of paint. But as you can see right here, I'm putting the cleaner on here, and you can see the bubbles starting to turn kind of a yellow color. That means we would have problems with tannins. And because I'm using some lighter blues, I don't want to have any issues. So you can see when I wipe off with the rag, how it comes off on my rag. This is going to tell me that I am going to definitely need a blocker on here. And so even though Country Chic is an all-in-one, I'm going to do an extra blocker just in case. And then also the reason why I'm going to use this blocker is because it's going to act as a primer over top of that previous spray paint as well. So It goes, we're going to clean it really well. We're going to scuff sand like you see me doing here. And then we're going to put this blocking primer on the entire piece. It's a base and blocker from Pure Eco, and I'm going to put 2 coats of this on the entire thing before we go in with any paint. My client wants a Carolina blue feel to this. So we're going to mix Country Chic's Tide Pool, and we're going to add a little bit of one of their whites, which is called Crinoline. We are going to mix it together, and you're going to see the difference between Tide Pool and the new mix. It is a lot lighter, which gives us more of a Carolina blue color for the base that we are going to put 2 coats of on the entire dresser. After we've allowed our base coat to dry completely, we're going to go in and we're going to blend. You can see the top drawers are already blended. So that's the look we're going to go for. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to mist the entire drawer, and we're going to put a very thin coat of our custom mix on it so that we have moisture on the dresser. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to outline the drawer in a darker blue, and this one is called Starstruck. This is going to give us our shading for the drawer and give it kind of that deeper, kind of moodier, like I said, shading look. So we're going to outline the entire drawer with Starstruck. Once I outlined the drawer with Starstruck, I took the mister bottle and I misted the area, and then I'm going to take the brush that has the custom mix. I'm not going to add any more paint. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start feathering those 2 together very lightly with a light hand. You can go diagonal, you can go vertical, horizontal, do some circles. What's going to help these come together is by putting moisture on there. So that's what we're doing here, is kind of a rough blend. And then what I'm going to do is mist the center, focus more on the center, and I'm going to take that crinoline and I'm going to put that in the center, and this is going to create a highlight. So that's what's going to create the light to dark on here. So we're going to take that and I'm just going to do circles and kind of blend it in, and then we're going to continue to mist it. So that's the key with blending, is to make sure that you have enough moisture that your brush isn't catching. So we're taking that custom mix brush again, and we're doing the same thing that we did a couple minutes ago. We're just going to kind of feather everything together. This is a rough blend, remember. The crinoline may take over a little bit, so what we're going to do is mist, and we're going to outline again with the Starstruck, so that way we still have that dark on the outside. The next step is going in with a clean dry neutral brush. And a clean dry neutral brush is usually a brush that doesn't have any of the paint on it, only from when you're blending, and it's got very soft bristles. And what this does is this just puts everything together and softens it. So I mist the drawer, and then I'm taking this brush and I go horizontal, and then I wipe it off so that I get any of the excess paint, so that we can continue to use this as a clean dry neutral brush. So you want to always make sure you get the excess paint off. And then I went in circles, and now I'm just kind of blending and softening everything together. This brush is the Caddie Brush by Paint Pixie. and it's really soft, so it allows all this paint to come together. Now on this one, I think a little bit of the dark came off, too much of the dark came off, so I want to add a little bit more dark, which is totally fine. You can do this at any point. So I'm adding a little bit more paint, gonna mist it, and then I'm going to just kind of feather this with that clean, dry, neutral brush so that we can make sure that there's still some dark on this drawer. I'm going to continue to blend this entire piece. The next few clips, one's gonna be on the side, one's gonna be a drawer front, and I show you how I blend the frame of this piece as well. It's the same exact technique that I used on this one, and I just want you guys to sit back and just relax and enjoy it. After everything is blended and my paint is thoroughly dry, I am taking my 3x4 Electric Ray by Surf Prep, and I'm taking a very fine 1/2 inch pad, and I am just doing a light distress, and I'm softening everything up so that it is ready for our top coat. Now this is an all-in-one, but this is a custom, and I want to make sure that I protect it the best way I possibly can. And so I'm going to use Country Chic's Tough Coat, which is their toughest top coat that they have. But again, remember, it is only available in the warmer months. This is their applicating sponge, which you can use for paint. I like to use it for top coat. I'm going to put that Tough Coat on a paper plate, and I'm going to dip the sponge in it, wipe off the excess, and I'm just going to wipe it going in one direction. And then what I do is I overlap just slightly when I am applying this, and then you can see how it just kind of deepens the colors and makes it look really nice. All right, everybody, this piece is done. This video is done. I hope you enjoyed it. Look at this. Look at my treasures. Oh, let me move my buff arm out of the way. There you go. It's so pretty. I love this hardware. All right, everybody. So everything I use will be in the description below. And until next time, happy creating, and I will see you guys later. Ciao.